laundry day. Just finished my workout. I started actually using weights today. I've been doing body weight stuff for a little while, but I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't work. I don't know, I'm just gonna try something new. It looks so pretty outside, but woke up this morning to snow on the ground. And it's still like off and on, rainy, sleety. I don't know, one of those days you don't really want to do much. But I've done a lot so far. Did kind of a deep cleaning of our bedroom and the bathroom, did the dishes, and then I'm working on the part 2 podcast, me and Thomas talking about Mormonville, growing up in Mormonville. And this second one is so interesting. Like, I was there physically for the conversation, but listening to it back, Thomas and I together are both able to just like articulate these little niche corners of the Mormon culture and like just explain these dynamics that are, it's like so specific, but it's so interesting to listen to. I don't know, just to hear it again is like, wow, like that is really something. I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it, but I feel like part 2 is way better than part 1. Part 1 was already good, but I don't know, it's just so interesting, so intriguing. So if you were Mormon, if you're interested in Mormonism or just Utah, the culture here, whatever, I'll have like one of those little card things. I don't know what side of the screen it'll be on. Have one of the cards come down and a link in the description to watch parts 1 and parts 2. Clean Simple Eats sent this to me when I signed up to be an influencer, and I haven't cracked open until now. So they've got all these different things in here: protein powders, super greens mix, collagen mix, hydration mix, energy drink mix, and then randomly nut butters. But so Thomas just randomly chose one, and he got blackberry lemonade collagen mix. So I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna hope and pray it's not a nut butter. This is sour cherry energy drink. I'm not doing this because it's like 7 o'clock. I will repick. Not me getting the other energy drink mix. There's only 2 in this whole thing. Peach super greens. We'll see how they taste. That looks yummy. Yeah. Ew, not me stepping on a pea. Okay, but the smell smells like the dentist when they would do.
Yeah.
I think it's when they would do that mouth goo that they stick in.
When they would do what to you? Oh my gosh. Mouth goo? Is that what they call it?
Alright, well, my super greens. This one looks gross. Anyways, the purple stuff that you put in your mouth to make like molds of your teeth, it smelled just like that.
I'm surprised I didn't swallow it at the dentist's office then.
Okay.
Because this tastes so good. Dude, the phone has been falling so slow. Look at it. It's still going. Holy shit. That's unbelievable how slow it fell. Dude, it was like way slower even too.
What is it even looking at? Oh, that's this. I was like, there's not words on my ceiling. Well, the water's all warm. Tastes pretty good though. Oh wow, it's like very sweet, like candy.
Really? Give me a sip.
Like broccoli with the aftertaste of Pez. Pez for sure.
Pez?
That's Pez!
No. I got like the foam on top, so I feel like I...
Oh, okay, take it all. He just wanted more.
I don't taste Pez at all.
Okay.
Pez?
What kind of candy then?
No candy? No, it's kind of bitter for me. Dude, I'm probably allergic to something in it. That's kind of the same kind of feel that I get when I get bananas or avocado.
Wait, let me see.
And yeah, my tongue burns.
What? Artichoke leaf, apple, chlorella, broccoli, so I was right on the broccoli, peach, carrot, cherry, barley, maybe, alfalfa, beet, tomato, stevia, spinach, echinacea, I don't even know what that is.
It could be the tomato, it could be the...
Tart cherry, kelp, aloe vera, cinnamon, kale, prebiotics, natural flavors. That's disappointing.
Could be kale.
You think you're genuinely allergic to apples?
I don't know what it is, but it's that same feeling.
This is something that I have been thinking about but haven't really known how to articulate until I was journaling about it yesterday. And yes, I'm talking about Dune again. I've just been asking these questions of like, is the prophecy really being fulfilled? Does it count as being fulfilled if the Bene Gesserit are manipulating it? I've only seen the movies one time. I haven't read the books, so maybe I'm like misunderstanding things, but this is just what I'm thinking about, okay? The Bene Gesserits remind me so much of like the Jesuits or the Freemasons. And in real life, there is this like bloodline or like group of bloodlines. There are these people that go back to like beginning of days, and they, like the Bene Gesserit, have been manipulating things from behind the scenes and like controlling cultures, kingdoms, the world. And like they are also a religious order, and they're doing like occult practices and witchcraft, same as the Bene Gesserit. Maybe they don't have the voice thing, obviously, but and in Dune, the Bene Gesserit apparently, if I'm understanding correctly, have made up all these different religions. Why? I think maybe someone had said something along the lines of like, I don't even know. I don't know why they're doing it, just for more control. Like, I guess if they ever like lose control or something goes haywire, then they can like go in there, fulfill the prophecies, and then gain control back. I don't know. I could be totally botching this. Anyway, so that is the Bene Gesserit Freemason connection in my head. And then you have the world religions. It's like, okay, in real life, there are all these different world religions. I'm pretty sure probably every religion, maybe but a few, would say that they are the right religion. Like, I think every religion says that about itself. One religion specifically, in these recent years, have been seeing their prophecy fulfilled more and more frequently. And I'm talking about Christianity and the prophecies in the Bible that are supposed to be fulfilled before the Christ returns. This is where I have the same question as in Dune, is, are these prophecies actually being fulfilled? And what I mean by that is, again, coming back to the Bene Gesserit of the real life, the Freemasons, Jesuit order, whatever they are, whatever you want to call them, this little secret society, bloodline group of people who run everything in the world behind the shadows. And so then your question might be, one, like, I don't think anyone in real life has that much power. How would they possibly do that? Which I will talk about more. And then two, why? And in my mind, if these people, because I follow a lot of like truther accounts, and I've seen people pose the question of like, are these people making it look like biblical prophecies being fulfilled purposely? Why would they do that? Because the only reason I can think of, at least as of now, is that if they did that, they would have a lot of very passive Christians, because they would think to themselves, oh, these are the things that happens before the Christ returns. I can't do anything. This is all God's doing. And then you kind of just take a back seat, because it's like, well, things are going to be fine. It's going to get really bad for sure, but that is the plan. And then Christ will return and everything's going to be all good. Well, what if these people were able to make it look like the Bible was being fulfilled so they could do all these things they want to do, and have Christians, which are really the only ones morally against what most of these like globalist, evil, weird, behind the scenes people are doing. Christians are the only ones who have the morals against that and would actively fight it. But if you could convince Christians that their Messiah is coming back by pretending that their prophecy is being fulfilled, then maybe they would stop fighting, you know? And so that is something I really think about, is, are these prophecies actually being fulfilled? You might be thinking, how would people even do something like that? The world is so artificial today. Like, I don't think you guys realize how much power people actually have behind the scenes. Like, geoengineering is real. HARP is real. If they wanted to just absolutely wipe out a small country, an island, whatever, with a giant hurricane, I'm pretty sure they have the technology that they can whip up a hurricane and tell it where to go if they really wanted to. Like, these people can make storms. These people, I'm pretty sure, can like trigger earthquakes if they want to. Like, they have technology we don't understand. And then on top of it, the media is such a spell. It's like, we watch the news and see clips of like, okay, maybe the Jordan River being dried up, or like a war in Israel or whatever. You don't know. These people could be actors. They could be actors doing CGI. It's like the moon landing. Did that ever really happen? Was that the biggest piece of propaganda that they completely lied to people about? Like, we see that video quality now and we're like, something doesn't add up here, you know? That could be happening every day. We don't know. People could be lying to us saying that prophecy is being fulfilled, and since we just see it on a screen, we're like, oh, that must be happening. And it could be someone in a Utah desert with tinfoil on hopping around and they put it in slow-mo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so that's just what I'm thinking about. Is like, Dune has got me thinking about, are these prophecies being fulfilled in real life, or is it just people manipulating it behind the scenes to make it look like prophecies being fulfilled? But then again, the same question comes up, even if it's being manipulated to be fulfilled, is it still being fulfilled? I know that God works through all of his people. God uses darkness for his own ways. I know that it says it better in the Bible. I can't think of like the exact phrasing, but like, who's to say that all these dark evil people manipulating things to look like prophecies happening, who's to say that's not like God orchestrating all of that? God lets all of this happen. It's like, maybe it is the prophecy, you know? How funny would that be if these dark people thought they were pulling the wool over our eyes and they actually triggered the return of the Messiah? You know? I don't know. These are things I wrestle with all the time. It's like, nobody knows when the Lord's gonna return. We can see signs all we want, but like, you just don't even really know. Like, you could be interpreting the prophecy wrong. And I think I'm especially just thinking of this because this eclipse coming up, I know it is a big deal in the occult world, and again with these bloodline people specifically, and just like the people they have influence over, it is a really, really big deal. And there have been 2 solar eclipses like this, one in 2017 I think, one in 2024. They make a big X over America. I think like the point of like, what's it called, like totality or something, I don't know, when it's completely covered and the sun is completely black. It's in a town that's called Little Egypt. I don't know, there's just all these weird things about it. Like, I saw a meme of the last 3 solar eclipses and it makes like the Hebrew letters A and Z, not modern Hebrew. Okay, I did a whole deep dive. Maybe I'll show you guys through this deep dive later. But I did a whole deep dive because I'm like, that could be a lie. People could be saying, oh, this is like the letters of the Hebrew alphabet, and it could literally not be the letters of the Hebrew alphabet. And I looked it up and the modern letters are not the same, but it's the Hebrew alphabet the way it was written in like Ezekiel's time or something like that. It's like Paleo Hebrew, something like that. Anyways, and it's coming through the sign of Jonah, and it's like the whale, and there are just like warnings in the Bible of like, these are the signs to look for. It'll be in the sign of Jonah. And then God's like, I am the beginning and the end. I don't know. There's just all these weird things. It also travels through Nineveh, like 7 different towns called Nineveh. Just all these biblical things. And I'm like, okay, is that really surprising that it travels through this many towns named Nineveh? Like, how many towns are there named Nineveh in the entire states? It's like, oh, well, it's actually not surprising that it's going through this many towns named Nineveh, because there's like 50 towns in every state called Nineveh or whatever, you know? I don't know, man. You just never know. But like, it does look to a Christian eye like prophecy is being fulfilled, and you just don't know. It's like you don't want to gaslight yourself. You don't want to give the darkness so much power. But anyways, I just think that it's interesting that Dune is coming out at this time because, I don't know, I feel like it could for sure be used against Christianity, especially now that there's these hate speech laws coming out. Like Trump did one, DeSantis did one, a couple governors did one, I think like Georgia, Michigan, or like West Virginia, something like that. But they literally are hate speech laws against anti-Semitism, and it'll say things like, you can't say that Jews run banking, you can't say that Jews run the media, you can't talk. One of the things is literally, you cannot say that Jews killed Jesus because that is anti-Semitic. And a rabbi said to Candace Owens that Jesus was the original anti-Semite. So not only do we have this culture where like the whole left is completely anti-Bible, like we already know that, but then now the right is starting to also do things that are anti-Bible because they're Jews and they don't believe in the Messiah and they think that Christ was the original anti-Semite. Maybe they don't all think that way, but like that is a real line of Jewish thinking. And it's like, okay, well, if you can't say that Jews killed Jesus, there are lines in the Bible that will be illegal. There will be lines in the Bible that are illegal. Illegal. The Bible, illegal. Like, you will be punished for saying these things because it's anti-Semitism, okay? It's like the whole world against Christians at this point. And just like the war in Israel, dude, and they're openly saying, like, this is so crazy to just recognize. They are openly saying that they are doing this because they want to build the third temple. Obviously, every Christian knows what the third temple means. And then, like, I listen to Blurry Creatures. It's a great podcast. One day I'm listening to an episode and it's talking about how these guys from Texas literally gave the Israeli rabbis the rare, like, first in 2,000 years, perfect red heifers to be sacrificed in Israel before the temple's supposed to commence building. And, like, that is so crazy. We're listening to these people who are potentially contributing to real end-time biblical prophecy, talking on a podcast for the world to hear. Like, yo, we just gave these red heifers to Israel, guys. This is how it happened. Like, our currency is about to collapse. We're about to be on a one world currency, probably with digital ID and microchips. Like, one world government, one world currency, like, everything is literally happening that was talked about in the Bible. So insane. Okay, well, anyways, I'm at Sprouts. I gotta go put my groceries away. Bye.
Just imagine there's this whole Great Awakening, like, is happening. And one of the things that people awaken about is that there is evil groups, bloodlines who rule the world and who have ruled the world forever, and that they basically infiltrated religions to suit their terms, just like the Bene Gesserit. And then at that point, people will be like, see, Christianity's fake. It's not real. It was just manipulated by these people. And that already is like a very common myth. One that I used to believe as a New Ager is that, like, oh, it's just like manipulated for control and white supremacy, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. And then you start to, like, go through your awakening and you learn about Freemasons and you're like, oh yeah, they for sure changed to the Bible. And that's not true. You can look at, there are, like, there's more manuscripts of biblical texts than there are of any other ancient document that we accept today. Like, one of them was something by Plato, I don't know, and like those no one really questions, but then the Bible that has more original copies than any of those, like, the Bible gets questioned even with the most evidence. I don't know, there's just always been something against the Bible, so I could totally see that happening, where they fake the Great Awakening, like I think is kind of happening. Controlled opposition, you know, yeah, they just say that Christianity was fake and the Bible was written by Freemasons or corrupted by Freemasons or whatever. And then anyone who believes in Christianity, people just think that they're bigots and that they're full of hatred and they are just supremacists. And that since they don't go along with all the morals of the world, that they're actually evil. Crazy.
That's cool.
Good morning, my girl. Hello. Ew. Hi. I just got out of bed, so I look scary, but I was scrolling through TikTok last night and I come across this video of a guy who looks kind of familiar, and it's him and his wife renovating this castle in Scotland. And I'm like, I only know of one person renovating a castle in Scotland, and that's David Levitt, who was involved in the Utah ritual abuse investigations in Utah. So I went to his page. They've got like thousands of followers, like a decent following, lots of views on their videos, and no one's saying anything and no one knows anything. So I stitched their TikTok that came up on my page saying like, this is David Levitt. He is under investigation for ritual abuse, or at least he's involved in it. He is being looked into by Homeland Security for child trafficking, and nobody knew. And so I just like did that before I went to bed, and then I woke up today and it's got almost 80,000 views now and thousands of comments. People like, oh my gosh, like not him trying to be an influencer now. People are they're like tagging Scotland news sources and stuff. Pretty crazy. I love you. To be totally honest, it's been a very boring week. It got rainy and gloomy and gross outside. So we haven't really been doing anything. It's Saturday night though, so we are gonna go out to dinner. And this is the fit. I don't want to have to re-shower and redo makeup tomorrow for Easter. So I did a little bit today, but I just like hate double applying mascara. I sleep in my makeup all the time, but I hate reapplying mascara to old mascara. So I'm going no mascara tonight. I don't think you can even see, but this is the fit. I've got just this turtleneck sweater over literally this sleeve dress. I think it looks so cute. And then I've got these high boots on with high socks and these cute earrings that I wore in the last video. My friend in college, Odera, gave me these, I think from China. I still love them so much. So we're gonna go eat. This is the fit. We're thinking steak, pretzel bread. I don't know, they like keep changing the menu. This is at the country club. My parents let us go one time a month. So we're choosing tonight since March is almost over and we haven't gone yet. But yeah, they usually have really good steak. They used to have a delicious ribeye that was so fatty and buttery and delicious. But last time we were there, it was not on the menu, but I begged them, please put that one back on the menu. So they might have done that because, I don't know, they like said they were looking for something like to put back on the menu, and I guess people have been complaining. So I hope it's on there. But then Thomas got this other one that was this like Wagyu beef, I don't even know how you say it. I don't even know what it was. It was like this little thing, but you didn't need any sauce. You barely even needed a knife to cut through it. It was so good. There was no chewy parts, no weird stuff in it. It was delicious. So I hope that is there if the ribeye's not. Oops. Wait. Hello? Where's my bae? So good and bloody. Alright, I want to see your first bite.
You look beautiful.
Thanks, my bae.